Well, I think what you're addressing with the seminar intro, I do say this, and I think one needs to respect the discipline, because why reinvent the wheel? I think you need to create a common understanding of a framework, language, basic process. So there is that entry point, and I think it's interesting, the seminar, because I think you have to respect the discipline. I think what you're doing with the seminar thing is you're creating an understanding of a framework. Let's because there's many different ways to design a framework, but let's agree this is the framework. These are the mechanism, the vocabulary, common language, and I think that takes a certain time. What you said that is, for example, anybody who goes on a tennis court, holds a tennis racket, is playing tennis. Yeah, but that's no statement of whether they're playing it well. So does it make sense before you play golf, before you play tennis, before you do? They take a couple lessons, yes. But what you're saying, and I think this is actually, I think this is actually something that I would actually find appealing in the PCM process, and there would also be a question that comes out of that, is that the real work takes place then in follow-ups. So I'm guessing you, from a consulting perspective, you offer your services that you come on a regular basis, potentially also the clients for if they're I don't know if it's a team building thing or it's a large project,
half a year later for a follow up or something like that.
Yeah. So
or
you do
one-on-ones coaching, for instance. Yeah. But we give them homeworks, for instance, because we human beings and people are not educated to observe communication. In the hospitality, you mentioned it yourself. You have to learn it, to observe how to deal with the complaint. It's quite ridiculous. So we're dealing with people and not learning how to deal with people.
So few people know. Everybody knows what service is until they have to give it.
So this is quite, so people are not used to this. So the first step always is we are inviting the people to look at communication in a different way, to observe what can I see, what can I hear, what are the tiny little things that I can see in the face. So how are the hands are used when talking, and this you can easily train when you watch movies. So this is a good exercise after the first seminar. So have a look at your favorite Marvel movies or the Pixar movies. There's one out there with love emotions you can observe quite well. So just observe, what are you going to see there, and how would you respond to this person? And then they come back and say, I have a question. If this guy, if Hulk would sit in front of me,
I've got a Hulk example I'm going to ask you afterwards.
So, how I'm going to deal with this. And this is then the step 2. So now we are trying to make the correct offer and to observe what's happening. This is the most important thing. Normally we are throwing offers and we do not observe anymore. This is the respect you mentioned. Do I really listen to you? What are you saying? I'm interested in the things that you listen, or when you're talking, I'm preparing my next statement. I'm not connected with you. And this is what PCM is all about. It's not a rocket science.